Hey, what's up, guys? This is the Mashup Review with your host, yours truly, William Macaroni. We got some cool mashups today. We got some cool collisions of songs and sounds and eras and all that other good shit. First, we're gonna start off with East Avenue, Tool, Sober, but it's Baby by Justin Bieber. Here we go. Alright, East Avenue, Tool, Sober, but it's Baby by Justin Bieber. I think the concept is hilarious. Like, Justin Bieber singing over a Tool instrumental, it's sacrilege, but it's beautiful. I loved when the rap verse came in from Ludacris. A Ludacris and Tool mashup album might be something I might consider doing in the future because it sounds hilarious. I think the keys line up. If I have any gripes with this mashup, it's that it could be quantized slightly better. Some of the beats do not match up with the vocals. And other than that, sound quality is my only thing. I've been there before. I've had mashups like early on that didn't have the best sound quality. As a mashup artist, we should be a little bit more picky about getting good acapellas and making sure they're not too loud. Because this acapella that you got for Baby, I could send you an acapella that is slightly of a higher quality, because I think you might have gotten one that was like, I don't know, ripped kind of poorly. But if you got a good acapella and quantized it a little bit, that mashup would be perfect. But I find that mashup really funny. It's got a few laughs out of me. I enjoy that shit, man. Keep it up. All right, next up, we have Earth, Wind, Kurt, Dave, Chris, and Fire. Smells Like September from Erasmus. All right, here we go. Erasmus be Dragon. That was hilarious. It just made September sound so fucking sad. Like, whenever you put like a major key song over an instrumental in the relative minor, it always sounds a lot sadder. And this just sounded really sad and kind of angry and angsty. And so the pitch shifting was perfect. The way you kind of like cut from section to section was also kind of incredible. Most of it sounded really good quantizing wise, but there were some parts on the original song that like didn't really quite line up with the Nirvana song, and neither song is done to a click track. So this isn't like an easy, like, you just change the BPM of one to match the other. It's tough stuff, and it takes a lot of time, but I think you did a really good job with like switching from section to section, and most of it sounded really like perfect. The vocals might have been slightly loud, but it's kind of hard to like gauge like, oh, how loud should these vocals be? And sometimes if you get an acapella where the vocals like are a little bit like all over the place in terms of volume, it can be tricky, but I applaud you for your work. I did like how you skipped the third verse and didn't just like repeat a verse again. And I don't know, and the way you ended it on that good shit. All right. Next, we're going to go to two classic mashups. Smash Grips Neutral Slam Hotel by Ian Decker. Let's go. That was fire. Not gonna lie. So it's Smash Mouth, Death Grips, Neutral Milk Hotel, the Space Jam theme song by Quad City DJs. Shit was hilarious. Some of the tempo, some of the quantizing and tempo stuff was a little bit wonky, but other than that, there were elements of all of those songs going on at the same time at certain points, and at those points it just sounded incredible, very creative. And there were multiple Death Grips songs used, which I was very happy about, because Death Grips mashups, I might do an entire video on them, because there's certainly a way to do them really interestingly and right. And there's a way to just throw MC Ride rapping over anything. But honestly, that one sounded really creative, thought was put into it. Just funny stuff. This is a classic. Came out in 2015, before I started doing mashups in 2015, but this was a little bit before I even started. It basically takes the whole Neil C. Surega Smash Mouth obsession and basically adds Mucore to it. And Space Jam. I don't think Space Jam's on any Mucore charts, but it sounds fucking great. Alright, moving on to TooDeepForYou.avi. Alright, here we go. This album cover, or this art on the thumbnail, makes me a little bit horrified. This is some cringy shit, but oh my god, I just noticed that there's the Seer and part of the cover of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy on there. I see what you did there. Alright, let's listen. Holy fuck! So that was a mashup of a ton of different Mucore songs. If you're a music fan on 4chan, you like that shit, or you know that shit. So there's someone in the comments who listed every song. So we got Death Grips, Captain Beefheart, Radiohead, Neutral Milk Hotel, Animal Collective, My Bloody Valentine, King Crimson, Kanye West, Radiohead, The Antlers, Swan, Godspeed You Black Emperor. Holy fuck. So at a certain point, you need to recognize when someone isn't really trying to make a conventional mashup. They're just trying to make something that make anyone who's slightly out of the loop kind of repulsed. I'd say my favorite part of that mashup was when it just switched to My Bloody Valentine's Sometimes, and it had the cat's foot, iron claw. It just had that, just happen, it had those clips of that just happen right when the Close My Eyes, Feel Me Now, I Don't Know How You Could Not Love Me Now, when that, over that's pretty funny. I mean, if you think about it in a certain, technical way, it's crap. But if you think about it in the way that it was intended to be made, where they were obviously going for some weird sound piece type shit, it's one of a kind. It stands on its own. It's a classic. When did this come out? This came out in 2012. Yo, who was doing mashups like these in 2012? Nobody. This is the oldest mashup of the 4 that I just covered. It's hilarious. When a mashup weirds you out, even if it's not, technically, intended to be good, or technically intended to be, a cookie cutter mashup. Like, you still admire the hell out of it. And I admire the hell out of this. Good job. Alright, those are the 4 mashups that we got today. Hopefully I do more of these. I love all of you. So, if you hit me up on Patreon with $1, I will review a mashup you want me to review. It could be one you've made. It could be one someone else has made. I don't care. And it could even be something that kind of like is more like a Plunderphonics or Sound Piece. Eventually, it might even extend to anything with samples in it. Thank you for watching the mashup review. I'm your host, William Moranci, a.k.a. William Macaroni, a.k.a. Dump Hop, a.k.a. Alice in 2 Chains, and whatever the fuck else you want to call me. Take care.